Okay, so here we are, PowerPoint Chapter 2B. For this one, we're looking at pictures, removing backgrounds, we're doing some word art, and then we're doing some smart art. Okay, so here is our presentation. This is for, let's see, a New Year's Day sale. And we have some dates, some places, or we're going to have to add something there. But let's start with slide 6. So I'm going to go to slide 6, and right, we have some fireworks, but it's kind of just like the square with the fireworks, so it doesn't look really great. So let's click on that image, that picture. I'm going to come to picture format, and I'm going to remove the background. Okay, so I'm going to click remove background, and you can see it kind of does this weird thing, which is okay. We're going to say yes, and there we have our removed background. But we're also going to apply some soft edges. So I'm going to come up to the picture effects, soft edges, and then I'm going to do the 25. Okay, so that looks better. And I'm going to go and make that bigger. So let's make it about a 6-inch. And now I'm just going to put that in the center of our item. And in order to connect the words right below the center, I'd have to rearrange that. So now let's look at some word art. Actually, I don't know about you, but this theme, I'm not liking it. So I'm going to go to design. I'm going to change the theme first, so that way we can work with something that looks a little bit better. Remember, when you pick a theme, I just saw the green one. Where'd the green one go? There you go. When you pick a theme, you're going to want to right click, say apply to all slides, and now it looks like it's all slides and the background's all slides. Now here's our beautiful design ideas. Remember, use these for your other classes. For this homework, we're not going to. I'm going to move this back to the center, and then let's click on this, and we can make that a word art. So I just selected it, come to the shape format. Here we have the word art styles. Do the drop down, and now I can pick one of the word arts. And if you don't like this lime green, because it is a little bit hard to read, remember we can change colors. So if I'm back in the design, design tab, I can go to the colors, and I can pick a different set of colors if I'm not liking that lime green. But same kind of cleaner look. Okay, so now let's go to slide 3. And okay, so we've talked about new standards in 2019 versus 2016. We've looked at the reading view, I believe. So if I click on reading view one more time, right, it shows you what it's going to look like. But there's also something called like the outline view. So I'm going to come to view, and then normal view, slide sorter, all of that. Let's go to outline view. And this shows you kind of a summary of the words that are on your slides. Now, for accessibility, that means being able to have this displayed to anybody, right, for your job, something like that. Each of these slides should have something there. So notice how slide 3, there's nothing there. That's bad. So I'm going to come back to the Home tab, and I'm going to click Reset, because sometimes when I click Reset, okay, someone just deleted the title. It's still there. Now I can add it. Alright, because we need a title. So for the title, I'm going to type Schedule of Events. And now I'm going to go ahead and close that outline view. Go back to normal view. And now we have a title. Our outline view looks good. We're making sure we're accessible. I'm going to add a word art to this title as well. So I can come to the shape format and pick a word art. Okay. And let's center it also, because I like titles to be centered. There we go. We could also increase the font. So I'll say 60. We can add a shape effect. So if I come back to the shape format, shape effects, and let's add a shadow to it. So I'll do one of these outer shadows. and you'll see like there's a little bit of shadow behind all of the words. So just a little bit of detail or nuance you can add. Okay. All right, and now we have this. This is text. This is a smart art. I know it's a smart art because I see this thing pop up on the side. If you don't see that thing pop up on the side, click the arrow, and that's how you bring it in and out. Okay. So let's go to slide 4. This is pretty plain. Let's fix this and add a smart art. Now we already have words, so what I can do is just click on this content placeholder, this text content placeholder, come up to the paragraph group, and this little green folder, convert to smart art, and then I have some suggested options for how to get this to look like a smart art, so something more interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this vertical block list. It's kind of cleaner. Notice if I go to this one, there's like pictures there. Well, we don't have pictures for this slide, so I don't want something with those. And I can change the colors around. I can change the styles around. All right, and then if I decide, oh, I don't like that one, I can come over to the layouts and choose a different type of layout. So now I chose vertical box list. All right. We could also, so we have Premiere, Deluxe. Let's say, okay, we want to add a third option. Maybe there's a standard option. So I'm going to press enter. And when I press enter, I had to open this side, I had to press enter, but see how like the dot's in the wrong place? So on my keyboard, I'm going to press Shift Tab, and now it adds a third place for me to actually say stuff. So I'm going to type standard, press enter and tab, that tells it to be under the standard group, don't create a new one. And let's say for standard we have a garden view. So garden view rooms. Right, maybe not an ocean or a pool, but a nice garden. There we go. So now we have 3, and if I wanted to, I can click on this smart art and play with the colors again, see if there's any other options. Okay, so now let's go to slide 5, right? Slide 5, it's blank, so that kind of is the hint we're going to add something. We're going to come to this smart art. So there's that green folder again. Right, this is a blank place content holder. I'm going to come to the green folder, click it, and now we see all the possibilities. Well, I kind of alluded that we're going to add some pictures, so let's click on picture, and now we can see all the options for pictures. We're going to add 3 pictures. So I want something that looks like you can handle 3 pictures, right? So I'll go with this one for right now. There we go, 3 pictures. Okay, so for these 3 pictures, they're going to be our contact people. So let's say we're going to insert Sophia Ackerman. Oops. And let's say she's in the United States. So notice how I press enter, it goes to the next person and starts a whole new thing. I don't want that. So to type under her, I'm going to have to click in the shape and press enter so I can type United States. Next one, let's do Joseph Mercado, and then last one will be Michael Lewis. Okay, what were our 3 places? We have Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and Daytona. So then let's do, that should be Las Vegas. And for Joseph, let's put him in Los Angeles. And then Michael Lewis, let's put him in Daytona. And of course I spelled Los Angeles wrong, so let me fix that. There we go. So now looking at this, I'm not really liking how their names are appearing, so I can change the smart design to something better. Maybe that, maybe this. Okay, that one looks good. We can change the colors again. We can change the fill again. Right, but now we need to add the pictures. Okay, so hopefully you saved the 3 other files. So you had the PowerPoint and then 3 images. So you want to pull up 1 image for each of those. So I have a couple options. I'm just going to drag my images over here. Let's see, so that is, we'll call him Michael. So let's put him in the Michael spot. And it's okay, his face is off, we'll fix it. Let's see who the next image is. Okay, so we'll call him Joseph. And I'll put him in this one. And then the last one, I'm assuming, is Sophia. And we'll put her in this one. Okay, so for your homework, they should align nicely. You might have to do a little bit of editing. But for other presentations, you're probably going to have to do a lot of editing. So to edit these images, I'm going to double click on them. Like, let's say we're going to edit Sophia so we can actually see her face. I'm going to come up to picture format and then crop. So now I can move her image around so I can actually see her face. And let's go ahead and make her face a little bit bigger. There we go. So now let's do the same thing for Joseph. So now we're seeing, oh, this probably was not a very good one either. So sometimes you have to do that when you're kind of just going on the fly. Okay, that didn't work. Let's try some other images. Okay, so after going through almost every single one, I landed on this one, so picture strips. My pictures are a little bit weird, so I'm going to go back to the picture format and just start to crop them so they look like they fit in there, right? And so now you're just going to play with the crops for each of these images until you kind of get their face. So here's this one. Alright, so I'm going to drag his face here. And then the last one was Michael, so crop. Let's push that down a little bit and then see if we can drag his face up. There we go. So now if I click away, yep, there's faces in all of them. And so we've put our smart art with our contact information and all of that. Now for these, if I wanted to, right, I can press tab and it kind of puts it under there as a bullet point. So you have a little bit of options for these. What I'm doing is I'm pressing backspace, enter, then tab. And so it's kind of demarcating the name with the city. And let's see, let's go to this one again. We didn't make this one, but we can change the layout of it, we can change the format of it, and then we can decide, you know what, this one doesn't really need to be a smart art. Let's go back to home, and right above that text we can say, oh, let's make this some words. So depending on which version you're using, it could be in this home tab. Mine is in my smart art design tab. So I'm going to come over here to convert on the right and say convert to text. And so it's going to switch it into a bulleted list. And now if I decide, wait, it looks better, I can go and do the smart art again and pick a new type of smart art. Okay, so that's kind of the review. I would suggest you play with this title. It's kind of weird. I'm going to click reset. Okay, that looks much better. I'm just saying. And then if you're playing around with this, I would also encourage you to look at the design art and see if you can find some things that look kind of interesting to you if you have this version of Word. And there you have it. So that is, like I said, PowerPoint Chapter 2, B.